new colors in Jeff's favorite turd bait from Japan, new limited edition colors from Lucky Craft, and the official drop of our very own JDM subscription box. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. The Hookup Tackle is the world's largest showcase of Megabass products, featuring baits and colors not found at any other dealer. The Hookup also offers a wide display of OSP, Evergreen, Deps, Lucky Craft, Jackal, and many more. The Hookup Tackle is owned and operated by family, is staffed by guides and verified tackle nerds who love helping anglers elevate their craft. If you're in the Phoenix area, we'd love to have you stop by our showroom and check out the wonderful world of Megabass and the Hookup for yourself. If you shop online, there are almost 10,000 SKUs of Megabass products alone, with hundreds of other companies and new products being added daily. So next time you're looking for that hard to find bait, that color your fish have never seen before, or maybe you just want to elevate your game, look at thehookuptackle.com. What's up, my friends? I am Ben Kohler with the Hookup Tackle, aka the Tackle Otaku, being filmed by my buddy Jeffrey the King. We are the Hookup Tackle USA. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle, where we highlight new items that have arrived as well as important restocks so you can stay on top of the industry. Now, Jeff, if you remember back to last week at the end of the episode, for like a 3-week period now, I've been talking some major shit about our customs holding up my Megabass order.
You have been for weeks now.
It's a pretty huge order, and I think I promised something at the end.
You did. I vividly remember you promising that you'd have this awesome Megabass stuff for this week's What's New at the Hookup Tackle, but I look around.
Guess what happened?
What happened, dude?
One more week of holding things up. So I am sorry. I made a promise.
What's the punishment?
We should see that drop here Monday, Tuesday. I know it's on a truck. It finally cleared. I have no idea why there's so many holdups. So we decided this week to make up for it, for my punishment. We are going to do an early drop of our brand new subscription program. It is a very special thing that I've been working on for several years. It's going to be amazing. We're going to do that drop at the end of this episode. So the reason that I'm bringing the Megabass up is it has a lot to do with some special limited edition Megabass items. So please stay tuned for that, and I will give you the full scope and deets and everything you need to know about that program. All right, you ready to dive in, Jeff?
I'm ready.
Okay, so new items this week. Let's start with Deps Japan. Big week this week from Deps. We see a return and new colors of the tiny bull shooter. Now, the original bull shooter is 160 millimeters big. It's 4 ounces. It's a big bluegill glide bait. The tiny bull shooter drops down to 100 millimeters. It's just under an ounce. So this is a size that you can throw on pretty much any bait casting gear, any of your heavier gear, without having to go to a true swim bait rod. The tiny bull shooter is really one of the most natural looking bluegill profile baits on the market. It glides so simply. So as you can see, it just has the perfect natural bluegill profile. It's tall and thin. It glides super easy. So with just a little bit of a turn of the reel, you can get this thing to dart side to side and glide. You can simply throw it out there and just wind it, and it will have a really nice swimming retrieve. So it's incredibly easy to use, and it's in a bite-sized offering for a glide bait. So, you know, fish it like a jerk bait, fish it like a glide bait. When the bass move up in the spring and they get ready to spawn and the bluegills follow them up, they get super aggressive against bluegills. This thing is going to destroy. So the colors that are in, we have real bluegill, we see grass gill. Guess I could put that one down while I hold the new ones. Scum perch, flash baby gill, natural ghost gill, and king Buna. So those are available now. The first round, when we got these at the end of last summer, they flew out of here literally in seconds, so I don't expect these to last super long. This is a really big batch. They finally were able to fill our full order, so hopefully there's enough for everybody to grab them. But if this is something you guys have been waiting on, definitely scoop it up. New this week from Deps. Okay, back in stock, plus new colors in our hottest selling plastic of the year. This is the Deps Cover Scat. Now, if you guys remember a few months ago when I dropped this, I told you guys that this was the hottest plastic in Japan, and Jeff was making fun of me. He was shaking his head. Weren't you, Jeff? Remember?
I was.
You thought I lost my mind.
Still am.
Okay, so we were talking actually a few days ago with Deps Pro Staffer, our new buddy Kenta Kimura, who guides on Lake Biwa, and he told us that last year he estimates that over 50% of all bass caught on Lake Biwa were caught on this bait. That's how popular it is. And I am seeing the same thing here. As fast as we get them in, these things are flying. So we see the return of the 3.5 and the 4-inch size, plus some new colors. So we're seeing green pumpkin, we're seeing green pumpkin candy, we're seeing wakasagi, right? Now, if you guys have missed the cover scat, or if you've just thought this is nonsense, right? Here's a little up close and personal look to this thing. So the cover scat is basically a Senko stick bait type idea, right? It's got a little bit different shape to it. You can see it's got kind of this rough grooved back end that is supposed to imitate not only the feel but also the push of a crawdad. It has stabilizer fins down here, and basically if you think of this as like a heavyweight Senko, what guys are doing with this is they're throwing it out in structure, letting it sink down into rock piles and areas where jigs are just going to snag like crazy. They're letting it get down there, and they're just kind of ripping it and then letting it fall back down, and then ripping it and getting it to pop out of the rocks, and they can fish it effectively through that deeper structure that would snag a Texas rig, a Carolina rig, a jig, those types of things. You can also fish it shallow. The bait was originally designed to fish shallow, so you can pitch it around bushes, skip it under docks, all that kind of stuff, but it absolutely crushes in the deep water. So if you guys have been waiting, I know a lot of you guys have been back ordering them and been chomping at the bit for them to come back. They're all back in stock while supplies last. I'm sure they're going to fly out of here again, but check out the new colors, the 3.5-inch size, available now. New this week from Deps in the 5-inch Sakamata Shad. We see some brand new colors. So the Sakamata Shad, we've been talking about it for the last couple episodes because we've been getting some restocks in. So we see some pearls, we see some white silver, we see some wakasagi, some smoke black, some IU. These are all in the 5-inch size. The Sakamata Shad is the hottest fluke style bait over in Japan. It's becoming one of the hottest ones here in our shop. It's a very simple fluke style profile, but it has the stabilizer fins on the front that allow you to jerk and retrieve this thing much faster than you can a traditional fluke, and it will maintain its horizontal presence. It's also very soft, so it's much softer than a traditional fluke style bait. So as it moves, as it pulls left to right, it's also kind of giving these little short little quivers and tight vibrations that the fish can feel on their lateral line. So it's pulsating and passing all of that on. You can also just cast it and swim it hard just like a swim bait, and it will come in and dart and have a great erratic action. So if you guys are looking for a great fluke style bait when your fish move up here over the next few weeks, the Deps Sakamata Shad's a great one. New 5-inch size, available now. All right, new this week for us from Deps Japan, we see a stocking of the Deps Clap Craw. Now the Clap Craw is a 4-inch crawfish shaped worm that can be fished on its own. It's a great punch bait, can be used as a jig trailer. You can see this is a very simple craw-shaped bait that doesn't have a lot of appendages. So this can come through grass very easily, it can punch very easily. It also has this unique kind of segmented head for a very unique action and bend. It's ribbed on the bottom side, so it's going to give a different kind of push as it falls down. So just a nice different offering if you guys are fishing around some really heavy cover that you don't want a lot of appendages on. The Clap Craw could be a great addition. It's available in a bunch of really key colors, so check that out new this week from Deps. All right, back in stock this week, plus new sizes and new colors in the Deps Circuit Vibe. Now, the Deps Circuit Vibe is one of our hottest selling blade baits. It is one of our favorites here in the shop. We talked about it a little bit briefly last week because some of these colors came back in. They sold out right away. They are back in. So if you guys are looking for, bluegill pattern, shad pattern, they're all back in stock. We also see some new color additions. We see clown color. We see kind of a reddish gill, new crawdad type color. And if you are curious about blade baits and haven't checked out our blade bait episode, Hippie and I filmed a, wouldn't you say like a masterpiece of a blade bait episode, Jeff?
You two making one video?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a masterpiece. So he'll leave a link right here-ish if you'd like to check it out. It's a brilliant video, if I say so myself. We also see a new size in the Circuit Vibe. We see 1/8 ounce. So a lot of you guys have been asking us to bring in these smaller sizes. A lot of you are fishing for trout, panfish, or largemouth or smallmouth. They're just feeding on really, really tiny stuff that the 1/2 ounce is too big for. So we see an introduction of the 1/8 ounce in all the key sizes or all the key colors. So if you guys have been looking for a smaller traditional blade bait, check that out, new this week from Deps Japan. All right, also this week, a couple important restocks that I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on. Our #1 selling finesse jig, the Deps Headlock Jig, is back in stock in all colors and all sizes. So a lot of you guys have been waiting on like green pumpkin and 3/4 ounce sizes and orange fire and all these different colors. They're all back in stock. If you guys haven't been throwing the Deps Headlock Jig, let me just take a quick second and explain why this is one of our best sellers. The Deps Headlock Jig isn't a new jig. It's actually been out for quite some time, but it's just kind of gripping here in the US. A lot of you guys have been throwing like the Kitech football jig, or something like that. And those are great, except a lot of times the hook is so small and the weed guard gets in the way that when you're fishing deep water, you don't get enough hook to penetrate the bass. So as you can see, there's no weed guard, okay? And it has more of a circle hook style hook. So when the fish bite, all you have to do is just lift up and that hook just notches right in the hard part of their mouth and you stick them every time and you don't lose many fish. It's got a hand-tied skirt, it's got, a wired hook keeper, so it's got all the things you would expect in an amazing jig. So all the good colors in this guy are back. If you guys have been waiting, stock up, now is the time. We also see, while we're on Deps jigs, we also see a return of all the key colors in the Hyper Football Jig. So this is going to be basically just like the Headlock Jig, but it's just in a bigger, larger offering. No weed guard. It's got that same great hook on the back. So again, this is something that you can just kind of fish around and just lift up when you get the bite instead of having to really hammer them down. So both of these, whether you're looking for the full size or the compact, they're back in stock. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2. Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know what's dope about this?
What
it looks like a microphone, but actually it's a pin-on clipper.
No way.
So anytime I need to cut something, boom,
Boom.
I've got it. Only Deps would think of this.
That's insane,
shit.
dude.
Yep. So new this week from Deps. If you've been hanging around here, that I'm like geeking out on this BFS stuff, right? I've seen Jeff throw all these big baits and he never catches a fish. So I'm going the opposite way. So I'm like dialing in this JDM trout, small bait bass stuff. So Deps has released a pin-on Zinger, basically, right? So fly fishermen have been using these for years, but now this one's dope because it says Deps. Hey, you can laugh all you want, Jeff, but you know it's dope, and you know that I've got a bunch of them already in my pack. So if you guys are always kind of missing out on your clippers, you want a handy place to put them, just a great, cool addition from Deps. And if you don't want the cool Zinger and you just want the clipper, those are available as well. All right, also, speaking of dope JDM trout stuff, Griff, get in here. Welcome our new supermodel. This is Griff. Back in stock this week is the Deps Tarpaulin Body Bag. Now, we had these a few weeks ago. Griff bought one, I bought one, a bunch of you bought one. This has become my absolute favorite bag for shore fishing. What about you?
Love it.
Okay, turn around. let me show you this thing. This thing is hot. It looks good. It's got all kinds of dope pockets in it, so you can store all kinds of cool shit in it. You guys got external pockets. You've got a clear pocket here for your phone. You can put your dope clipper on any of these little things like this, and then boom, it's attached, and you got your line cutter. But what's really cool is you've got this pocket. Hold on, stand by. You've got this really cool pocket for the only thing that should ever go in a pocket, Orion beer.
It's Orion, but yeah.
Yeah, Orion, Orion. This is not a K-Tech thing. Just call it whatever you want. The beer is amazing. It's premium draft beer from the island of Okinawa. And hopefully they're listening. One day they're going to sponsor us. Look it fits right in there. Did you see that? Oh, like a glove. Keep that safe. Okay, turn around, Griff. Show us how easy it is to like swing around and grab your tackle out. So it's got a huge inner pocket here, right, for storing boxes. And I can attest that you can put way too much shit in this thing. So you've got this massive pocket. You can put a bunch of tackle boxes in there. We've been using like the lunchbox size, but it would fit a Plano 3700 or a couple of them really, no problem. It's got an internal sleeve. It's got an adjustable pocket on the inside as well. So you can really store a ton of stuff. It's super bomber. It's highly water resistant. So if you get a little bit of rain or whatever, it's going to beat off. So just a super dope pack. You guys should definitely pick one up if you guys are shore fishing, doing any kind of wading or walking around. Highly recommended. 1 thumb up for me.
Ooh,
2 thumbs up from him. Well, here. 4 thumbs up. Right there. Give me my Orion, motherfucker.
Pull it out nice and slow.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Only. All right. Oh. Tastes just like the first time, Jeff. Amazing. You guys should get yourself one of these. Staying on Deps soft goods for a minute, we have a brand new Tarpaulin measure board from Deps. So this is a packable, foldable board that comes with a fish bump on there. It's super dope. Yes, it's in millimeters because that's how the entire world outside the United States measures things, but it doesn't matter. You know when it's big. So it's super dope. It's got a Velcro strap if you want to attach it or strap it to things. So just a really cool new board from Deps. I'm sure you guys have been seeing a lot of anglers Japan measuring on this on Instagram. So those are available now as well. All right. And then a new, very niche, high-end piece from Deps. This is the brand new Deps Huge Custom Fish Grip. This is the HC 2820. Now, this is a collaboration with Studio Ocean Mark. Basically, this is a fancy Deps version of a boga grip that we have used for years and years and years. Very stylish. They styled it just like their Huge Customs rods. It's got obviously just a trigger here for attaching the fish, so you can lip it down and it's going to lock in place. It does have a built-in scale as well, just like a boga grip. It will measure in kilos. Okay, so it is going to be in kilograms, so if you like to talk about pounds, you'll have to convert it. But it's all right there in kilos. It's one-piece machined aluminum, just beautifully styled. Very expensive. Ready, Jeff? You're already laughing.
God.
Yeah, $399. So it will set you back, but there are only a few of them here. I only brought in a handful, so you'll be one of a handful of people that have them. If you want just a super high-end dope piece, if you guys fish in the saltwater or anywhere where you need something to lip them, check it out. Huge Custom Fish Grip, new from Deps. All right, new this week from Lucky Craft. We see 2 brand new limited run colors in LV500. These are 2 new Ghost Minnow takes from Lucky Craft. So if you guys remember back to a couple weeks ago, they dropped the limited run Ghost Minnow Silver Cheek. we have two more Ghost Minnow limited colors now. We have Live Ghost Minnow and MS Ghost Minnow. So let's take these out. I'll show you a little closer. Okay, so Live Ghost Minnow is a new process that they're doing on their baits that they're calling quote-unquote live, that basically is putting kind of this faint gold scale patterning on the back and the side, as well as a little bit on the chin. So it's just going to give the bait a little bit of depth, right? A little bit of 3D look to it. So Ghost Minnow is a #1 selling color. They're just trying to tweak it and touch it so that it can become even more universal. So if you guys throw Ghost Minnow, this is just going to be a great one to add. It just gives it a little bit of body, just a little bit of different coloration. So that's new from Lucky Craft. The other color is MS Ghost Minnow. I'm super stoked about this one. So MS stands for Magic Scale. So Lucky Craft is one of the few brands that puts these magic scales on their baits. They were the first one actually to utilize them. So the magic scales are going to change colors based on how the sun is hitting it. So as the light hits it, it may look yellow or green or blue or red, and it's just going to give the look of a natural bait fish as it moves through the water and vibrates. Going to just give a bunch of color tone while maintaining that same Ghost Minnow pattern. So if you guys love throwing the LV500, which I do and I know most of the world does, this is one you're definitely going to want to add to the arsenal, MS Ghost Minnow. All right, we also see a restock this week from Lucky Craft in our #1 selling pointer. This is the Pointer 100 in NC Bora. Now, we brought this a few weeks ago. We did a big restock. It sold out in like 2 seconds, so we ordered a bunch more to make sure that you guys could all get it. NC Bora is a fully matte finish, kind of watermelon shad type color. It's just a very neutral and natural color for clearish water. Works great on cloudy and stormy days. So if you guys missed out in the last round, those are back as well. All right, 2 new colors this week in the Lucky Craft ISV 80, and this is in the 27 gram. So this is going to be in the full 1 ounce. So we see Metallic Sardine and Sexy Senorita. Why don't I take it out? So the ISV 80 is an amazing blade bait that is part of the Lucky Craft saltwater line. Now, even though it's a saltwater lined bait, it's the same thing. It's just in some really cool saltwater patterns. This is a great one when you need a heavy blade bait offering. So if you need a 3/4 or 1 ounce bait to get down there and really jig hard, this is a great idea versus just a regular jigging spoon. As you can see, it has multiple rigging holes. It comes in the most universal hole, but it also has 3 other holes you can rig it on to tighten or widen the movement if you want to just cast it and swim it like a trap or through grass or any of that stuff. It's a great silent way to do it. So new this week from Lucky Craft. New crankbait offering this week from Lucky Craft. We see the introduction of the LC 0.7 Drx Crankbait. Now, this is a cool new addition to their small-bodied crankbait lineup and unique to anything that they've ever had. So this is going to be kind of a fat, kind of flat-shaped crankbait that's going to have the same kind of wobble and hunting motion as like a wigglewort style. So it's going to give you that real wide movement while hunting every once in a while as that weight kicks to the side. It's got a unique shape lift, so that's going to bounce off rock and cover very well. This is a great one for working that kind of 6 to 10 foot zone, and then that flat rear shape to it is going to keep it stable so it won't roll. So it's available right now in 4 colors. This is kind of a stab tester for the brand. So it's available in Pearl Threadfin Shad that you see here. It's available in TO Chartreuse. It's available in TO Craw. And it's available in BP Golden Shiner. One thing to note, just spec it out, these are 2 inches long, so 50 millimeters, 3/7 of an ounce, so just over 3/8 of an ounce. So it's going to cast easy. It is a slow suspend. Okay, so as it bounces, it's going to kind of stay there and then just very slowly floats. It'll stay down in the water to where you need it. So if you guys are looking for a wigglewort alternative or a great kind of end of winter, early spring transition crankbait for beating the shallows, definitely give this dude a look. You can hear the internal sound. So it's got that great kind of deep knocker sound to it. I think you guys will really dig it. New from Lucky Craft. Important restock this week from Huddleston. We see a restock in a bunch of the key colors in the 8-inch HUD. I know a lot of you guys have been jumping at the bit to get your hands back on these. So some of the key colors are back. So trout, the rainbow trout is back in all the ROFs. Yellow perch is back in all the ROFs. And holdover back in all the ROFs. You ever throw a HUD, Jeff?
The 10-inch.
It's pretty much a staple for anybody that's in the swim bait world. So if you've been waiting on any of those, grab them now. They're available. We also see a return of the 68 Special in some of the key colors like gizzard shad, yellow perch, trout, etc. So those are back as well. Also, back in stock. And it's been a while since we've had these, and these always fly out. We see the return of the Weedless Shad. If you guys aren't familiar with the Huddleston Shad, here is a look at it. It has an integrated, basically, jig hook inside of it. It has that patented Huddle boot tail, so it's just gonna have this amazing natural swim to it when the fish are feeding on shad and they really get particular and keyed in on the bait. This can be one of the most lifelike offerings that you can throw. It's not going to have any sound. It's not going to have any big herky-jerky motion, and it's weedless, so you can throw it in grass, throw it around cover, and the body will compress on that hook for when you need to hook them. So just a great addition to everybody's box, the Weedless Shad back in stock from Huddleston. We also see a return of the Weedless Grass Minnow. So basically the same idea here, just in a smaller offering, a fully integrated jig and hook into the bait, that patented, wedge tail in the back, and again, it's got the integrated hook in there, so when the fish bite, it's going to compress down. You'll be able to hook them great. So you can throw this around. This is a very slow and subtle little minnow imitation, but it's incredibly lifelike and natural. So definitely check those out if you guys are struggling to catch fish that are really keyed in on bait and shad. Both of these could be great additions. All right, a couple new offerings this week from Sunline. A lot of you guys know that, or that have been around here, hear us talk a lot about spinning and going braid to leader. And anytime we're going braid to leader, we're always using Sunline leader material. Well, it is now available in a 150-yard spool instead of the traditional 50-yard spool. So if there are sizes that you guys throw a lot of, you can now get it in the bigger spools. It's available in anything from 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 20 pound, right? So you can do spinning, you can do casting, but available now in a larger spool. They also have released, not sure why you would need this, but they have released a Sunline nylon leader. So I don't know, I guess if you guys are anti-fluoro and want to throw nylon or something, I don't get why you'd ever need this, but if you want to throw it, great, we have it available for sale. It is available in 8 to 20 pound 50-yard spools. They're $6.99, so it's cheap. It is stronger, less limp nylon than a traditional nylon, so it is designed for leader, but if you guys are debating whether or not to do this or this, there's no reason to ever not do this, in my opinion. Jeff,
dude,
any idea why you do this?
Is a scam.
Okay.
Just scamming
you
people.
sound like all those weirdos on YouTube.
Weird, right?
No offense. Buy whatever leader material you want. I don't give a. All right. New size in Defier Armilo. It is now available in 25 pound. If you guys aren't familiar with the Armilo, this is the virtually no stretch version of Defier mono. So it is a mono that is going to act similar to braid. It's a little stiff, doesn't cast quite as well as original Defier, but it has no stretch. So if you guys are making really long casts and you need a line that can hit and have that no stretch like braid without throwing braid, this is a great option. So it's available now in a heavier size. We also see from Sunline Japan a return of one of my favorite lines. This is Machine Gun Cast. Now, Machine Gun Cast has been out for a very long time. A lot of you guys might have heard of a brand called OSP. Ever heard of it, Jeff?
No, it's kind of new to me.
So the owner of OSP, T. Namiki, this is his special line that he has designed. Now, Machine Gun Cast was out for quite some time, and then they redeveloped it using their new P-ion technology. So this is the new and improved version of machine gun cast. It's just a very high-end, limp, easy casting, strong monofilament for everyday use. So, you know, top waters and anything that you might need a straight mono for, it is available now in all the sizes, anywhere from 8 to 25. New this week from OSP, we see new colors in a couple of our best-selling crankbait slash wakebait style baits. We see 4 new color additions to the Dai Buzzin Heavy Hitter, and we see 6 new color additions to the Buzzin Crank. So I will fly through these with you guys. Here is a look at some of the new colors. I don't know what I've pulled. So this is Citrus Shad Black Belly, and we see Ghost Minnow available in it. We see Pink Lavender, and you're never gonna guess the name of this color, Jeff.
Redhead.
Redhead Glitter.
Oh.
You were so close. So if you guys, I think a lot of you are throwing the Dai Buzzin Heavy Hitter. This is just a super sick wake bait. It has a really loud sound to it. And what's really interesting about this guy over a lot of other wake baits on the market, it pushes a ton of water. So it gets up underneath the surface and creates this beautiful pocket and just has this great water push to it. So if you guys, if you're not throwing it and wake baits are something that would work in your area, you need to keep the bait high in the column, you should definitely check this bait out. 4 new colors this week from OSP. We also see new colors this week in the smaller version of that bait. This is the Buzzin Crank. Now, this is a little tiny dude. It's 50 millimeters. It's 10 grams, so it's just a little bit lighter than 3/8 of an ounce, and it is available in several new colors as well. So we're looking at, what do we got there? Matte pink, matte chartreuse. We got a new sexy pink color. We have a abalone clown, so it's kind of a clear clown with an abalone insert in there. We see a lavender chartreuse and then a vanilla chartreuse. So those are new this week, new colorways from OSP. All right, new size this week in our best-selling kind of round ball finesse jig, the OSP Hunch Jig. We see the addition of a new 5-gram size. So this guy is now available in 5, 7, 11, and 14. So you can go up to a ½ ounce all the way down to this 5 gram, which is going to be like a 3/16 ounce. The Hunch Jig is a beautiful little finesse jig. You can see it's a little ball head jig, but it's got a little bit more of a, it's almost like a football ball hybrid. So a little wider than a traditional ball head. It's got the hand-tied skirt, it's got a great hook, all the keeper stuff that you need on there. So it's just a really nice little finessey jig for skipping under docks, for fishing bluff walls. Anytime you just need a small compact jig, the Hunch Jig's a great offer. So definitely check them out. All the colors are back in stock in their sizes as well, and plus the new size. All right, we also see a brand new swim jig from OSP land. We see the addition of the OSP Jig 06, otherwise known as the Slipper Jig. Now this is available in a 1/4 ounce, a 3/8 ounce, and a 5/16 ounce. The Slipper Jig is a little bit smaller profile than the Weed Rider that we've been offering. You can see it's got a beautiful little triangle wedge head to it. It's got a great hook for throwing a smaller profile trailer. So if you guys are, needing a full-size, swim jig, but you don't want a big, like 5-inch swim bait on the back of it, you want to throw a 3.5-inch swim bait or a 4-inch swim bait, this is a great option. It's got the right size hook. It does have a keeper on there with the open pocket. So what's very popular in Japan is to put the bait on there and then toothpick it through to really kind of hold it tight to the jig itself. It does have the wire keeper as well if you don't want to hassle with that. But that way, if you guys are skipping, you've got that dual kind of lockdown piece and your trailer will get a lot more life out of it. So if you guys have been, looking to up your swim jig games, available in shad colors, green pumpkins, blacks, bluegills, all that kind of stuff, check out the new Slipper Jig from OSP. All right, quick restock update from Bait Sanity. These are some of our best-selling glide baits. Just amazing price point baits. All the shad patterns are back in both the Antidote Glide and the Explorer Glide. So if you guys have been waiting on the shad patterns, those are back in stock now as well. All right, some new offerings this week from Bass Mafia for storage. we see a new size in their Icebox series. So the Icebox has become a very popular series because of its clear, transparent frame. Now we've got a smaller one for smaller baits, hooks and weights, that kind of stuff. So brand new size in that. Those are available now. Also, our best-selling coffin, right? This is the traditional kind of black and red, is now available in a blue as well. So if you guys want to, you know, color code your offerings, so your black one has, you know, I don't know, all of your cover scats in there, and then your blue one has all of your dungs in there, now you know which one to grab. Why are you laughing, Jeff?
No comment.
We're fashionable people here.
I can tell.
Yeah, we color match everything. So, available now in this sexy new blue color. All right, brand new bags this week from Bass Mafia. Hippie's favorite bag, the Bud bag. Now, this is a super dope padded pack. It's really robust. Bass Mafia went with new zippers now. So if you guys are familiar with some of their old, you know, soft goods and the zippers always fell off alignment and drove you nuts, now that problem should be solved. So the Bud bag has a internal pocket here, and then on a ring it has these dual slotted kind of that Ziploc type pouch. They are very robust, as I can attest, but you can drop jigs, spinner baits, whatever you want, and just have a beautiful storage in there, and it holds plenty of stuff. So this is the smaller size, and then we also see a larger size Bud bag. And we see the larger size in there as well, and this has a bunch of small pockets. You could drop crankbaits. These are really durable pouches, so treble hooks won't penetrate them, big jig hooks won't penetrate them. So, you know, it's just the way Jeff likes it, zero penetration, right, Jeff?
Protection, boys.
That's right. So just a great offering from Bass Mafia. Two sizes in the Bud bag. We also see a full redesign this week from Bass Mafia in their briefcase. Now, the briefcase is how I have been storing a lot of like my K-Tech packages, my big bulky, you know, Spark Shad packages. They store great in the briefcase, but the challenge has been is that zipper sucks nuts, right? So now that they've redesigned the zipper, they've totally redesigned the bag. It's great, it's durable, it's robust. I can go back to storing my stuff in here. I think you guys will really like what they've done. It's fully padded, so it'll give you a little bit extra protection. It has big wide loops on there, so when your fingers are cold, you can reach out and you don't have to mess around with the zipper. So great job, Bass Mafia. You nailed this one. The briefcase is back in stock. All right, also back in stock are the money bags and the money bag plus. Plus we see a brand new smaller addition to the money bag. Now this would be a great one for putting your phone, smaller items, that kind of stuff. You guys aren't familiar with the money bag. It's zipped, and then it has a internal closure in there, and dang, those new closures are robust. So it'll keep everything waterproof. You can drop it in there, seal it back up, zip it up, and it stores. The money bags are also an amazing way for storing clamshell packages. Kitex, your Spark Shads, anything that you want to keep in a clamshell, you know, mag drafts, anything like that, fit great in these bags. They stay fully sealed, so they'll stay dry, and then you can pull it out and see what you have. So back in stock now from Bass Mafia. All right, and now to the very exciting new subscription box drop. So here's the scoop, right? Subscription boxes have become a very popular thing over the last few years. And I've been watching them, and every subscription box is some form of kind of the same thing. Like you spend 30 bucks and you get 100 bucks worth of stuff. And it's basically just a bunch of vendors unloading a bunch of unwanted stuff, and you just get a bunch of junk, right? So I wanted to create a box that I could hand pick the items each month based on the month in a season that we're going into. I wanted to make it cool JDM stuff that you could get, but I also wanted to make it exclusive and limited. So we are getting ready to launch the brand new The Hookup Tackle website here in a couple weeks, and we are going to launch our subscription plan with that new website. The box is going to be $100. It will be $100 of value. So this isn't going to be a bargain box, but inside each box will be 2 to 3 limited edition items, plus some other items that I think are key for that month. Now, for the first month, so effective right now as this video is dropping, we are going to do the first box as just an open buy because I want people to be able to buy it. I want people to be able to see it and see how amazing this is going to be. So this is going to be limited to only 200 subscribers in the beginning. So if you guys want in, you are definitely going to want to jump on this. I will give you plenty of notice when the subscription is ready and open to subscribe. But for this month, you can snatch up the first box, $100. There are 200 of them. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'm just going to open this and go through it so everything's fully transparent. You can get an idea of what is going to come in Tackle Otaku's JDM Bento Box subscription. Okay, you ready, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay. So, inside this box, there is a pack of beautiful Deps Sakamata Shads. There is my favorite wintertime spinnerbait. This is the OSP High Pitcher Max. And colors of these couple items might vary. Okay. There is a Jackal MC60 MR. One of the best crankbaits for this time of the year and as fish move up. Okay, now here's where it gets very exciting. 3 limited edition items. I've always wanted a LV500 in bone. I never understood why Lucky Craft didn't make an LV500 in bone, so I made one. I had them make one for us. So exclusive to this box, they're only going to be available in the bento box. We see the brand new color bone in the LV500. We also see the special run color of Pop Max and a special run color of Ito Vision 110. So every bento box each month will have a limited edition color drop 110 and Pop Max. And they will only be in the box. We will not have them for sale at the shop. So if you want them, you're going to need to subscribe to the box. So this month we see the addition of Ill Serious. You know, I'm going to take this out. Now, Ill Serious was a Respect Series color a couple months back, and if you remember, there were no Pop Maxes. Well, this is why. I wanted to make sure everybody could get their hands on them, so we made 200 of them specifically for these bento boxes. So this will be the special color for this month. It's a beautiful throwback color, a super dope, sexy shad pattern that will be in each box. We also see the limited color GS Kawa Hagai. Now this is, I'm going to take this one out too because it needs to come out of the package. This is one of my favorite winter / early spring colors in an Ito Vision 110. It's a very rare color. Guys go crazy for this on eBay when they can find it. It's only been done in limited runs. It's got just enough flash, just enough transparency to be incredibly realistic. It could be a bait fish pattern, it could be a baby bass. It's a great one this time of the year when the water's a little darker, sun's lower on the horizon, more shadows. It really stands out and catches them great. So that will be in each box as well. So there you go. $100, you get a limited edition 110, you get a limited edition Pop Max, you get a limited edition LV500, and some other great wintertime baits, all JDM, all Japan products. I think you guys are really going to dig it. So the first month, it's on sale now. Have at it. When 200 have sold, that's it. There won't be any more. And then we will give you guys the scoop on when to subscribe when we launch the new website. It's going to be really exciting. I've got some amazing things coming in colorways and special bait drops for you guys this year. So cool. All right, guys, that is a wrap this week for what's new at the Hookup Tackle. Thank you guys for watching and cheers. This has been just a crazy last year. So, you know, on behalf of myself and my family and everybody here at the Hookup, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for the business. If you've been buying from us, thank you for the patience on our old website. We promise you an amazing one here in just a couple weeks. We're stoked where it's in the final stages of testing. So big things to come from us. If you guys have any questions on any of the products that we spoke about today, drop me a question down below in the comments and I will get to it. Jeff will leave links to everything in the description. And until next time, grab yourself an Orion. Cheers. Thank you guys. Peace out.